Teaching you, there will be some times when we're on the floor and sometimes when we're at our table. If I say your name, raise your hand. Let's see, Destiny, Marcus, Adam, just raise your hand. Leilani and Ethan, just put your hands up if I said your name. You guys either don't have your release or aren't allowed to be in the video. So when we are at the floor, I want you guys at this table. Point to where you're going to be when we're on the floor. When we are at our tables, I want you guys to be at that back table. Point to where you're going to be when we're at our tables. All right. Questions about where you're supposed to be? Okay. Jaime, did you turn in? You forgot it? Okay, so you're going to be up there too.
Ethan just brought his.
Ethan brought his? Okay, Ethan, you can be on the floor then. All right. Any questions? Yes, Kasaya. I don't know. It's just for teachers. So the only people who are going to see this are going to be other teachers who are getting better at teaching. So it's not going to go on the news. It's not going to go anywhere like that.
What if somebody does?
You want to be on TV, Miss Hagen? Turn the heat down. All right. Khalees, Leilani, and Mayana. At 9:12, you guys need to quietly, without interrupting the filming, go to the cafeteria because you guys have solos or are playing with the band, okay? I just talked to Mr. Perry on the phone, so at 9:12 is when you're going to go, okay? All right. Huh? I do. All right, so we're good? You guys ready? Yeah. All right, here's what I need. Mark, if you're not allowed to be in the video, if I called your name, stand up. If I called your name, stand up. Adam, you're gonna stay right where you are. Ethan, trade spots with Marcus. So come sit here, and Marcus, go sit in Ethan's seat. Leilani, trade spots with Mayana. Chloe, trade spots with Destiny. And Jaime, just go sit in the empty seat there. All right. Good job, guys. All right, are we ready? All right. All right, guys, good morning. All right, today we are going to be working on finding an implied main idea. So I want everybody to think right now. If I tell you that an author is using an implied main idea, what does that mean? Are they telling us in a sentence, or do we have to infer the main idea? When you have an answer that you would like to share, just touch your nose. What does an implied main idea mean? All right. Discuss at your table. What is an implied main idea? Go. So what did you say, Brandon? So what do we use to figure it out? Anything else? Does the author give us clues in a sense? And what are those clues called? Relevant ones. And eyes up in 3, 2, 1, 0. What does an implied main idea mean, Ethan? Okay, so we might have to use our knowledge. So if an author writes a text with an implied main idea, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean he gives us a sentence, or do we have to figure it out? That's a stated main idea. So what would an implied main idea be? We have to figure it out. What are some things we can use to help us figure out or infer an implied main idea? Albert.
Well, by relevant detail.
We look at the relevant details that are where, Brandon?
In the text.
In the text. Excellent. We are going to read a text about a natural disaster. You are going to read it with a partner. You're going to figure out the topic, and then you are going to be responsible for using those details to infer the main idea, what the author is really trying to teach you. So here is what I need. Quickly and quietly come to the carpet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Thank you, Giselle, for having your eyes on me. Thank you, Kasaya. All right, guys, so I have here a text about a natural disaster that happened in San Francisco. And I want you to read to find out what is the topic of this text. You will be reading, Albert, with your reading partner. So everyone look up and see who is your reading partner. Everyone point to your reading partner. Excellent. All right. When I say the word go, what word am I going to say?
Go.
You will walk to your table and you and your partner will read separately or together?
Together.
You will read together. What are you trying to figure out? Touch your nose if you know. What are you trying to figure out about this text? Whisper it to me. The topic. What are you going to do when you figure out the topic? What are you going to do to code the text and prove that you know the topic? Jimena. You are going to circle it. I am going to give you guys about 6 minutes to read together and find the topic. Yes?
My partner is not here.
Who is your partner?
Javier Leon.
Javier Leon? Okay.
Ethan needs a partner.
Go with Ethan. All right. When I say go, walk to your tables, I will be around with the text. You need to sit with your reading partner. You have 5 seconds to get settled into the table. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You should be at a table with your reading partner. All right, your time starts now. Read together. So you're going to read together? All right. Casey, who's your partner? So you're going to read with Ethan?
I don't know. Think big was a major earthquake that struck San Francisco. The quake on October 17, 1989 at 5:04 that really caused fire. Senators destroyed the 12,000 homes and 6.9 on the point scale were dead. The damage caused out $12,000 homes and 63 people were killed. Many of the deaths were due to damage cost over $6 billion to repair, and 63 people were killed, and 3,700 were injured during the earthquake. Many of the deaths were
Earthquake. So which earthquake?
freeways.
Yep, this is Spanish. So create the earthquake. Where did it happen?
It happened in San Francisco.
San Francisco. So how are you going to prove to me that earthquake is the topic of this text? Okay, so you're thinking that's the main idea. So how can you prove to me that it's the topic? How are you going to show me in the text so when I look at it, I can see, oh, earthquake's the topic?
You can circle it.
You can circle it and see how often it comes up. Okay, so why don't you guys try doing that together? There's a camera in the room. So what are you guys thinking is the topic?
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes. Is it all earthquakes or a specific earthquake? Where did that earthquake
Make sure you
happen?
find the quake in
San Francisco.
Okay, so now you're going to work together to find the topic.
San Francisco? Okay. So let's look through that text and see if they're either the same from
I think the main idea will probably be that the Loma Prieta earthquake caused a lot of damage to San Francisco because it talks about how people died and what time it happened and the buildings that were destroyed.
So you know it says earthquake word text. So if we hear the word a lot, what does that usually mean?
Using it in any pronouns in here?
Something we're mostly learning.
Any pronouns in here? I don't know if there are. So why don't you guys talk about that? If you see anything else, and why are you circling earthquake? Talk about that together.
Well, we probably just
I think we just tried to.
Oh, don't write in the graphic organizer yet. You guys have about 50 more seconds. Yeah, just do the topic. Just do the topic. That's all you're doing.
This form to take about.
Well, since this is live, we have to
Shorten our own.
No, you have 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and then I'm going to give you directions.
So we don't forget. Oh no.
So, all right, friends, eyes on me in 3, 2, 1, 0. Right here, you will see a list of the people who are supposed to be your floor buddy. Let's see, Leilani, I want you to go with Marcus and Khalees. And Ethan, I want you to go with Brandon and Hillary, okay? When I say go, bring your text, come to the floor, and sit by your floor buddy. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Thank you, Giselle and Manuel. 1, 0. Thank you to Hillary for having her eyes up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now we have figured out the topic. Everyone whisper to me what you think the topic was. So you guys are noticing it's about earthquakes. Is it about all earthquakes or a specific earthquake? Just think, just think. If it's about a specific earthquake, where did that earthquake happen? What do you think? Giovanna. So it's about a specific earthquake that happened in San Francisco. So now that we've found the topic, our job as good readers is to figure out the main idea. So you're going to read your text, Angelo, and have some independent think time. While you're reading, I want you thinking about what is the text mostly about, and what does the author want me to know about the topic? You have 1 minute to reread the text and think about these 2 questions. Go. So reread the text and think about those 2 questions. About 30 more seconds. 10 more seconds. All right, and finish the sentence you're on and look at me. All right, guys, so now we're going to do a partner, share, and paraphrase. So what you will do is with your partner on the floor, you are going to have partner 1 is going to share for 1 full minute, Brandon. So that partner is telling their partner the answer to these 2 questions for how long? 1 minute. Partner 2, your job is to listen. Because when your partner is done and it's your turn to share, before you can share, you have to paraphrase, Albert, what they said. So you have to say, you said blank. So you said it's mostly about earthquakes. I think blank. You said it's mostly about earthquakes. I also think it's about earthquakes. So you have to paraphrase what they said. While partner 2 is talking. Partner 1, you better be listening because when you're done, you're going to have to paraphrase what your partner said. And then I will call on someone to share their partner's idea. Who is in a group of 3 right now? Okay, let's have Brandon. Can you just go with Chloe so that way we're only in groups of 2? Thank you. Chloe, go back by Brandon. Turn and sit knee to knee with your partner. I would like the partner with the longest hair to raise their hand. Albert, raise your hand. All right, longest hair partner, you are partner 1. Your time to share begins now.
Okay.
Okay, so what does the author want you to know about that topic? Okay, what do you mean? So tell me some things that happened.
I think that the author wants me to know the topic.
What about
what the text is mostly about is Earth. Because it has a lot of words, earthquake, and it is talking about the earthquake in San Francisco.
What's the author want you to walk away knowing? All right, time's up. 3, 2, 1. Partner 2, it is your turn to use this sentence frame to paraphrase your partner's thinking and then give your own opinion. Go.
What the author want you to know about this topic was
So that's what she
what
said.
happened
So
about
now,
the damage and what happened.
thanks. What do you think? You're not done talking. So now you have to tell your opinion. What do you think? You got 30 more seconds, so keep proving it. So what are details that make you think that?
Because it is about the earthquake. You said it is about the earth. I also think it is about the earthquake because it keeps saying
What's it mostly about?
how it killed people
What about an earthquake?
and injured
All
people
earthquakes?
and how it
Which one?
destroyed San
That did what?
Francisco, California.
All right, and eyes up in 3, 2, 1. Partner 1, you now have 20 seconds to paraphrase your partner's thinking. So tell your partner what they said. Yes, Mena? They didn't share? And they didn't tell what they thought? Then your partner didn't follow directions, so your partner better be speedy quick about telling you what they think. Go, paraphrase. No, she's going to tell you what you said.
I think it's about earthquakes because you also think it's how it caused damage, and I do too because it does cause damage to San Francisco.
All right, and eyes up in 3, 2, 1. 0. Let me see. Wynn, who is your partner? Albert. What did Albert think the author was trying to teach us? What did Albert think the main idea was? So what about earthquakes? Because we know that's the topic. But what does the author want me to learn about that earthquake? What did Albert say about that earthquake? Albert, tell him what you said about that earthquake. What does the author want us to learn about that earthquake?
The earthquake that happened in San Francisco, California.
And what did it do?
It did a lot of damage.
It did lots of damage. So Wynn, what does the author want us to learn about that earthquake according to Albert? What did it do?
It happened in San Francisco.
And did what? What did it cause or do that Albert said? It caused damages. Thank you for telling us Albert's thinking. And let's have a volunteer who would like to paraphrase their partner's thinking. Brandon, who is your partner?
Chloe?
Chloe, what did Chloe think the main idea of the text was?
What about earthquake?
About an earthquake. Okay, so that was the topic. What did she say the main idea was? What about the earthquake did the author want us to learn?
That it did a lot of damage to San Francisco.
It did a lot of damage to San Francisco. All right, guys. Your job now is to go back with your reading partner, and you are going to underline, not highlight today, just underline the details that support your main idea. So you and your partner need to figure out the relevant details that support, Giovanna, the main idea. Let's do 5 minutes, and if we need more time, I will give you more. Go. Your time starts now. Sitting with your partner. Okay. So did you guys agree on the same main idea? So.
No, yeah, we're just using pencil. I think one of them was
earthquake caused plenty damage to
So why are you underlining property damage? Tell Kasaya.
I think another one is 63 people were killed and 3,700 were injured during the earthquake.
So explain to Angela, why do you think that's a relevant detail?
Because
what is it supporting? What is it teaching
supporting
you?
the main idea and what happened in San Francisco during the earthquake.
Okay, so why does she think that's a relevant detail, Wynn? What is it telling you? Casey, explain to him, why did you think that was a relevant detail, what you just told him?
The earthquake caused 20 damage, 12,000 homes, and 2,600 businesses were damaged during the earthquake.
We underlined this one.
I think that some relevant details are that 12,000 homes and 2,600 businesses were damaged during the quake, and that 63 people were killed and 3,700 were injured during the quake, and many deaths were due to the people were crushed by
The date. So the date is probably
and
important,
buried
but is it
under
telling
the
you
collapsing freeways and buildings, and the airport was closed for a day. And I think those are relevant details because
So why
those
would
are
that
some
be
damages
relevant?
that the earthquake brought.
The earthquake caused property damage. That's
So it gives you an idea, if it cost $7 billion, do you think that was a little bit of damage?
The earthquake to repair,
and many of the deaths
The
were
Richter
due
scale was
to buildings.
6.9.
I agree that the earthquake caused
Major transportation in San Francisco.
Nope, don't write it. So just talk to each other. Why did you pick those details? Why did you think those were relevant?
Because I was telling you what's on there.
You guys have about 40 seconds.
So when you write it down,
Not yet. Just talk about it.
we don't write the main idea.
You can write it right there.
The text.
So talk about why are those details relevant? So when why did you underline that? Why do you think that's a relevant detail? What's it
Earthquake.
3,700 were earthquake.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? Remember, Albert said the main idea was that it caused damage. Do you think that's some damage that it caused?
The $6 billion is additional because turning more formation bought the homes.
All right. Finish up your conversation.
You're right.
Bring your text and sit with your floor buddy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Thank you guys for coming quickly. So now you are going to explain and justify your relevant details to your partner. I want to hear you saying, I think blank is relevant because. And we know with relevant details, they directly support what? Main idea, okay? This time the partner with the short hair will be partner 1. Partner 1 will have 1 minute to share details they think are relevant and why. Turn to your partner. Don't talk yet. And begin your conversations.
I think that unrelevant detail is that like 12,000 homes.
Brandon, what was the detail you thought was relevant?
Were damaged during the quake. Because he talks a lot about all the damages that happened in the earthquake. The Richter scale is 6.9, and also like there's
3,000.
injured during the quake and were crushed by buried under clouds.
Why is that relevant?
And many streets and roads were damaged.
Because the main idea is that the earthquake caused a lot of damage to part of San it messed up the whole.
All right, finish your conversations in 3, 2, 1, 0. Partner 2, it is now your job to use this sentence frame to talk about details you think are relevant and why. Go.
I think the earthquake caused property damage is a relevant
So what
detail
was the detail?
because it talked, my main idea was how the earthquake made San Francisco all messed up and ruined it, and it said
So
it
why
caused
is that
property
relevant?
damage, which means it caused damage to houses and
So what was the
businesses.
detail you thought was
And I
relevant?
also think that there was many freeways and roads were damaged because it was
Okay,
talking
well,
about how
let's see. Which one is actually telling you a new fact? That people died or how they died? So, how they died is a new fact. So this where it's telling you people died, it's telling you about the damage, right? Is this telling you more about the damage or is it giving you more information about how people died? So is it relevant or additional? Is it supporting the main idea about damage or is it telling me more about a relevant detail? So what is that? Excellent. And eyes up in 3, 2, 1, 0. If I call your name, please share with me a relevant detail your partner shared and why they thought it was relevant. Giovanna, who is your partner? Kasaya. What was a detail Kasaya believed was a relevant detail?
The earthquake caused property damage.
Why did Kasaya think that the earthquake causing property damage was relevant?
Because she said it mostly involves what happened during the earthquake.
Okay.
Damage made.
And the damage made was her what?
Was the topic?
Not the topic.
The main idea.
The main idea. So she said property damage directly tells me about damage the earthquake caused, which is the main idea. Excellent. Javier Lopez, who's your partner? Mariana, tell me one detail Mariana thought was relevant and why.
The earthquake caused property damage because
So she also thought that was a relevant detail? Why did she agree with Kasaya that was a relevant detail?
the earthquake caused damage to San Francisco, and it's telling me the damage that I did.
Okay, so she thought the main idea was that the earthquake caused damage to San Francisco, and that detail is directly supporting that. Let's have one volunteer with a different detail. Who would like to share what their partner said? Brandon, who is your partner?
Chloe.
Chloe, what was the detail Chloe thought was a relevant detail?
Many freeways and roads were damaged
Why did Chloe think freeways and roads being damaged was a relevant detail?
because it's like it told us what it did to the freeways and what it did to the people when it fell.
So it was talking about what the earthquake did, which was Chloe's what? Main idea. So it directly supported her main idea. Anyone else like to share? Kasaya, who was your partner? Giovanna, tell us one detail Giovanna thought was relevant and why.
12,000 homes and 2,600 businesses were damaged during the quake.
Why did she think that was a relevant detail?
She thought that was a relevant detail because it was talking about the damage that the quake made.
And what did the damage that the earthquake made or did? What was that in Giovanna's opinion? Was it a topic? It was the topic? Main idea. So it directly supported her main idea about damage. All right, guys, your job now is to work with your reading partner to fill out your graphic organizer. You're going to have about 5 minutes. Go. Talking to him about why. So talking together, why are you putting it in there?
Which is, I can't say that word.
So what are you guys putting in there and why? What are you putting in your graphic organizer and why? So I should hear you guys talk about what you're putting in and why. So what are you putting in your graphic organizer and why?
We're putting a topic, our 3 relevant details and our main idea in there, so we know what we're talking about and what the passage is, and how it supports our main idea. And also because we're writing an essay on there, but.
So we're doing the stuff that it tells us like what we're learning in the text. So it's different what we're gonna learn. So we're not gonna know what we're gonna learn from it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what's your main idea and why? So what's another detail you want to put in there?
Yeah. So I think that's supposed to be your reply to main idea.
So why is that a relevant detail? Talk to your partners. Why do you think that's relevant?
What are you looking for in your head?
So what are all those telling you about? What do you think Kids have about 1 more minute. I know some of you won't be finished, but some of you are getting pretty close. So what are some relevant details? Okay. talk to Angela. Why is that relevant?
Okay.
Let's say 45 more seconds. Still believe it. All right, let's say 10 more seconds. And eyes on me in 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, guys, leave your papers and come sit by your floor buddies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, guys. The last thing we're going to discuss with our partners today for reading is we are going to reflect on why it's important to find an implied main idea. And the reason we're doing this is because when we think about what we're learning and why it's important, it makes like Velcro in our brain so that it can stick, so that we don't just forget, and then we get to that test or we're reading a book and we're like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to think. Why is it important as a good reader to be able to figure out the main idea? Touch your nose when you have an idea. Why is it important as a good reader to be able to figure out the main idea? Turn to your partner in 3, 2, 1, 0. We're just going to take about 40 seconds. Make sure you're listening to your partner because I will ask someone to share their partner's opinion. Why is it important as a good reader to be able to figure out the main idea? Go. What do you think? Why is it important?
So we don't.
What does it help us do?
If we don't find the main idea, what are we gonna do for like what it's like? It's like the
Okay,
important
so
things.
it helps us figure out what's really important in the text. Okay,
If we're
anything
reading,
else, Albert?
all we know is
Any
the
other
interesting
reason it's
facts,
important?
and that's the reason why they wrote it.
Why do good readers need to be able to do that?
I think it helps you if a great reader
Can remember
can
what?
find a main idea. That means that they understand what the passage is about and how and what it's trying to tell
And
you.
finish up your conversations in 3, 2, 1, 0. Casey, who is your partner? Angelo. And why did Angelo think it was important that good readers are able to figure out the main idea? So it'll help us understand what we're reading, and it will definitely help us on our benchmarks and aims if we can figure out what it's mostly about. I agree, Angelo. And Robert, who is your partner? Jimena. Why did Jimena think it was important that good readers can figure out the main idea?
Because when you're coming off some facts or like a main idea and all that, you gotta know to understand the text.
So it'll help you understand the text. Excellent. Anything that hasn't been said? I want you guys to think about this, especially when we're reading about earthquakes or outer space or people who eat bugs or some of those really cool texts that we've read so far. What is usually going to grab your attention, the main idea or a really cool fact?
A really cool fact.
So I might read this really cool fact about hot lava oozing out of a volcano, or a really cool fact about people who eat cockroaches in South America. But if that's the only part of the text that I remember, Am I remembering the most important part? So finding the main idea also helps you realize, yes, this is a really cool fact, but it's not necessarily the most important thing to remember. All right, guys, you did an excellent job today. What I need is for when I say go, you're going to walk quietly to your seats and wait for directions for writing. Go. Is that what you want?
Perfect.
Good.
Except can we do a 360?